Oh, what's going on? What's going on? All right. Back on the scene, ready to chop up. Yeah, I mean, it's the Foreign National Born Natural A6, and you already know what time it is and what rhyme it is. How was your weekend? How was your week and such? How did everything go for you guys? Hope you had a productive week and you were able to get a lot of stuff done, hang with family, visit relatives, relax, whatever you guys need, get some sleep, man, all that good stuff. Rest is just as important as research and work. You got to rest your body. Make sure you taking enough fluids, enough water, particularly. Get out there and get your legs moving, blood circulating. Try to stay healthy because we're about positivity over here. What's up with you guys, man? My dude, the consultant, my ace. What's up with you, man? How you been? What's up with you, Tony? Good to have you around as usual. My man Kevin, what up with you? What up with you? All right, that's what it is, man. I ain't do too much this week, man. I really just I got on the grind or whatever, just making money, getting bills paid, stuff like that. This weekend hung with the fam, just pretty much got in with the family. But you know how I go. But anyway, what I'm probably going to end up doing today is like a Q&A. We'll go, what's up with you, man? How you feeling, Knowledge World? We'll probably do like a Q&A if I got the answers for you. I'm also going to drop the link. I know I'm too busy running my damn mouth. I forgot to drop the link. I forget to drop the link anyway. I did want to cover one particular thing for you guys to have on the tuck because when I usually do these, I like to bring information to you so that you have it in your arsenal. So, true to fashion, we will continue to do that. So here's the link right here. So if you guys want to jump in or whatever have you, if you got any questions or such, you can jump on. But yeah, so what I wanted to talk about particularly today, or just this one thing to start off with. Let me see here. Let's get this popping. Share screen. Here it is. All right, check this out right here. I stumbled upon this today. Actually, another guy on Instagram shared this. I found it very interesting. This is 18, of course, U.S. Code 878, threat and extortion against foreign officials, official guests, or internationally protected persons. And we know we're not particularly fond of this word right here, but let's continue to read what it says. A, whoever knowingly and willfully threatens to violate Section 112, 1116 or 1201 should be fined under this title and imprisoned not more than 5 years or both, except that imprisonment for a threatened assault shall not exceed 3 years. All right, so let's see what Section 112 is to start. Click that right here. So what is that? This one says foreign officials, the same thing. Oh, check this out. Wow. Whoever assaults, strikes, wounds, imprisons. Yo, please, if you can hear my voice right now, get your pen and paper out, yo. Y'all need to be taking this note because that shit was crazy. Let's read it again. Whoever assaults, strikes, wounds, imprisons, or offers violence to a foreign official, official guest, or internationally protected person, or makes any other violent attack upon the person or liberty such, upon the person or liberty of such, sheesh, or if likely to endanger his person, liberty, makes violent attack upon his official premise, private accommodation, sheesh, or means of transport or attempts. You hear this? Do y'all hear this? Or means of transport or attempts to commit any of the foregoing shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 3 years or both. Whoever in the commission of any such act uses a deadly or dangerous weapon or inflicts bodily injury shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years. All right. All right. We could go on, but I'm going to leave that for y'all to read. So make sure y'all taking this note because this is interesting. Let's go back because you know. All right, so that was 112. Well, what does 1116 say? Because that was pretty heavy. Murder or manslaughter of foreign officials, official guests, or internationally protected persons. Whoever kills or attempts to kill a foreign official guest, or internationally protected person shall be punished as provided under sections 1111. As a number again, 1112, 1113 of this title. For the purposes of this section, family includes a spouse, parent, brother or sister, child, or person to whom the foreign official or internationally protected person stands in loco parentis, or B, any person living in this household and related to the foreign official or internationally protected person by blood or marriage. Foreign government means the government of a foreign country, irrespective of recognition by the United States. All right, so you guys can do your research on that one because there's more to be read. And I'm gonna let you guys just read the rest. But check, it's a lot of good stuff in here, man. And the stuff I just read just now was pretty heavy. So make sure when y'all get offline, y'all got homework. Please be looking into 18 USC 878 because that's gonna solve a lot of y'all problems. Y'all are asking me questions about what would be the ramifications for people overstepping on foreign nationals and such. Well, there's your answer. There's your answer right there. There's your answer. All right, let's drop that out. All right, so that's what time we on. So y'all got some homework, man. So I mean, it just covered everything, man. If we doing the foreign official thing, we basically representatives of the American consulate or such. That needs to be discussed. All right, what's up with you, man? How you feeling?
I'm good.
All right. What's on with you today, bruh? Talk to me.
Shit, 1 second. If I could. I'm good. I just wanted to come on here.
Okay, cool. You just want to come on here and learn or listen or what?
Yeah, learn, listen, yes, something like that.
Cool. All right. You don't have a question at all? Yeah, I think this is Kevin. You Kevin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you always with the dog, the little dog joint right there.
yeah. Hold on. Let me. This thing is. I'm trying to Yeah, I'm Kevin.
All right, cool. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so let's see. What's your thoughts on the United States passport and its connection to U.S. states, regardless of your national? Yeah, here's the thing. We've been talking a lot about that lately, about the passport, and people have been debating back and forth whether or not the passport is it links you to being a U.S. citizen. We've covered ground. It does not link you to being a U.S. citizen. However, it does. Again, it is Caesar's property, so it does technically connect you to the United States corporation. The same way, if a diplomat was to come over here, like through their process, and they got a diplomatic immunity card, because they exist. Matter of fact, we're gonna watch a video about that today, because we didn't get to watch that video yet. But the diplomatic immunity passport, or what have you, or whatever you want to call it, the diplomatic immunity card, it basically claims him to be a national, pretty much, of the United States, but not exactly a citizen. Meaning they can come over and enjoy the rights and benefits and such, but they don't have the obligation to basically be in this. What's up?
My thing is it's fucked up. I can't. I keep hearing an echo.
I'm not sure. It might be on your end. Y'all hear echo?
Oh yeah.
Y'all hear?
Yeah, I think it's all set now. Yeah,
you good?
I think it's all set now.
You might have had YouTube on, but yeah. So anyway, yeah. So the same way.
It's me, Kevin.
My man, let's say the ambassador of China comes over here and he wants to go to New York for whatever reason, he would get a diplomatic immunity passport. So it doesn't necessarily make him a citizen of the United States. You know what I mean? But it would still make it so that he can't just go do whatever the fuck he wants and violate the United
How do I
States
stop
rules and shit like
this?
that. All right, I'm gonna have to mute you out, yo, because like until you figure that out on your end. Yo. All right, so yeah, so basically, so it's it does make sense as people are saying that it does link you back, but it pretty much I don't think it doesn't make you a U.S. citizen. It clearly states you're not a U.S. citizen. So the same way, again, they could get a diplomatic community card, come over here and use it. That doesn't make them a U.S. citizen. It makes them basically a national, which means they can't just start stomping all over the United States corporations rules. So there you have it. That's where I stand with that. So yes, you can make an argument for that, but there you have it. Yeah, he is young, man. He is young, but that's good, man. We got a lot of young soldiers on here listening, man. You know, people just learning their rights, man. I mean, and at the end of the day, this is stuff we should have been doing. I've been making an argument for a while, and I will continue to make the argument that the whole time we're going out to clubs and all that stuff, and we're enjoying ourselves, chasing women, you know, getting our drink on and stuff like that, we weren't learning none of this stuff. And the whole time, this stuff is all here to be learned. So, you know, it's very good for us to be on this wave right now. All right, so I want y'all to check this out. We're gonna watch this whole entire video because I'm sure, if not any of you, none of you, probably most of you haven't seen it yet. And I'm gonna show you exactly what the difference would be and how they get treated. And it's crazy because I've been saying this, like how in the hell do these diplomats come over here and get treated better than we do? Hold on, I'm trying to find the video. I just watched it the other day. Hold on a sec. What the hell is it? Give me one sec. Interesting. All right, so the video kind of disappeared, but it's all good though because I got an idea. Got an idea. Let me see here. You know, the Department of State has a YouTube. Look it up. Look it up. The Department of State has a YouTube, man. I thought that was interesting. All right, check this out right here. All right, let's back this out here. Boom. Stop screen. Right there. Now let's share this one here. Y'all need to watch this. All right, I'm gonna unplug these headphones real quick so y'all can hear. But y'all need to check this out and check out what kind of treatment these dudes get right here. Look at this shit.
License and registration, please.
Of all the misperceptions law enforcement officers face, perhaps none is greater than the idea of diplomatic and consular immunity. In this scenario, for instance, the officer noted the Department of State license plates. Does that mean he just has to let him go? Are there no consequences to the driver just because he may have immunity? In fact, why do we even need to grant immunity? Let's start at the beginning. The idea of immunity is not new. Even in ancient Greece and Rome, special status was afforded to diplomatic envoys. Those basic concepts evolved and were codified in a series of multinational treaties that were signed in Vienna in the 1960s. These treaties grant varying levels of immunity to diplomatic and consular personnel and their family members. In essence, these immunity rules protect our diplomatic and consular personnel abroad when we post them to other countries. That's why we abide by the idea of immunity for these foreign officials. But that doesn't mean there are no consequences for their actions. Under the Vienna Conventions on Diplomatic and Consular Relations, persons with immunity have an obligation to respect the laws of their host nation.
Hey, what's the holdup? You see my license? I'm a diplomat. I have immunity. You can't arrest me. So give me back my papers and let me go.
Sorry, but no, sir. You're not going anywhere for a little while. So please get back in your car and turn off your engine.
Note that the first thing the officer did was ensure safety. His safety and the safety of the consular officer.
Wait for me in your car and I'll be back shortly.
The second thing the officer did was confirm the identity of the consular officer, noting the driver's U.S. Department of State ID card. The State Department's phone number is on the back of both the ID card and driver's license, and the department is available 24/7 to verify an official's identity and status. Even though the officer noted the Department of State plates and ID card, he still wanted to be sure they were valid. He also wanted to ensure the State Department was aware of this incident.
So, Mr. Smith, you're a consular officer,
Yes.
and you work for your country's consulate in Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay. I understand from the State Department that you have the immunity given consular officers, but I still can and will issue you a must-appear citation for reckless driving. The State Department and your embassy will be notified.
What does this mean? Must appear.
It means that our driver, as a consular officer, has immunity only for his consular functions, so he has to appear before a criminal court for charges regarding non-official acts. This is the case for most consular officers, but there are some exceptions, so always call the State Department. If found guilty, the consular officer could face fines, points on his driving record, or a possible license suspension, which he must abide by notwithstanding his immunity status. So no arrest in this case, but definitely consequences for his action.
Please slow down now, Mr. Smith, and be safe.
Excuse me, ma'am. You're carrying items you didn't pay for. You need to come with me to the store security office.
What? No, it's a mistake. I'll pay.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
Ma'am, store security called us because they have camera footage of you taking their clothing, hiding it in a bag, and leaving the store without paying. Now, since the amount of clothing exceeds $1,000, which makes it a felony in this state, I'm going to have to place you under arrest. Please place your hands behind your back.
Handcuffs? Arrest? No, you can't. My husband is a diplomat. I have immunity. You must let me go now.
I'm sorry, I can't let you leave until I can call the State Department to confirm your identity. Just please wait here while I give them a call.
The officer then asked her dispatch to connect her to the State Department. Again, the State Department is available 24/7 to verify any claim of diplomatic or consular status and the level of immunity.
Okay, the State Department confirmed that you are who you say you are, and you do have diplomatic immunity. So no handcuffs and no arrest.
Yes, good. Thank you. It's all a big mistake. Please do not tell my husband, okay?
Sorry, no, it's not okay. I'll be writing up my report and sending it to the State Department. They in turn will contact your embassy to inform them of what happened.
Embassy? No, you can't. I have immunity. You can't do this.
Actually, she can and did. The State Department in turn informed her embassy that if they didn't waive her immunity so that she could face the felony charges in court, she would have to leave the U.S., and if she returned, she could face prosecution on the charges. So no, she wasn't arrested. In fact, knowing she was the spouse of a diplomat, the officer went out of her way to treat her with dignity and respect, but there were consequences for her actions nevertheless.
But yo, listen to the narrative of that. Does anybody think that narrative? Hold up, man. I gotta jump in right here. Listen to the narrative of what dude just said. Dude literally just said because he found out that she was a wife of a diplomat, he went out of the way to treat her with respect. Yo, so you mean to tell me if somebody isn't a diplomat, they shouldn't go out of their way to treat him with respect? That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. And I make the argument that this is why a lot of people are basically learning their rights, because that's that bullshit. So you mean to tell me you got to be from another country and be a goddamn king or something like that to be respected? That's crazy to me. But we're going to go back into it.
Over the course of a year, only a very small percentage of diplomats break our laws. But when they do, the most common offenses involve traffic or moving violations. A rare few involve DUIs. In one case, a police officer noted a car traveling well over the posted speed and failing to stop for a red light. She also noted the Department of State diplomatic license plate.
Oh, I think I hit my car back.
When the officer approached the driver, she smelled the strong odor of alcohol on his breath.
Sir, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay, but I hit this, no?
You hit this, yes. Have you been drinking?
No, only a few drinks, maybe.
Okay, well, I'd like to give you a few tests to see how many drinks. Why don't we start with a breathalyzer? Is that okay with you?
No, not okay. I'm a diplomat. No test. Can I go now?
No, you're not going anywhere just now. Just let me see your State Department driver's license and ID. Okay, wait here while I make a call.
Again, note what the officer did. First, she ensured her safety and the safety of the driver by controlling the situation in a respectful but authoritative manner. Next, she called the State Department to verify the driver was indeed a diplomat and to report the incident.
Okay, just spoke with the State Department, and they confirmed you have diplomatic immunity, so I can't arrest you. But I am going to issue you citations for reckless driving, running a red light, and failure to avoid a collision. And I'll be submitting a detailed report of this encounter documenting your impairment to the State Department.
Whatever. Can I go now?
No, I'm sorry, sir. It's not safe for you to drive in your condition. Who should I call to take you home? Do you want me to call a family member, or can I call you a cab?
Thanks to the detailed report from the officer, the State Department was able to take action. First, they notified the embassy of the incident. Then, even though the officer did not cite for DUI, the State Department, as the issuing authority for the driver's license, suspended the diplomat's driving privileges for a period of 6 months and ensured that the diplomat paid the fines to satisfy his other 3 citations. In this case, the embassy also took action against the driver. His assignment was terminated and he was recalled to his home country. In short, thanks to diligent action by the police officer, the driver found too late that his actions indeed had consequences. Again, the vast majority of individuals with immunity assigned to the United States or international organizations are law-abiding and scrupulous in their conduct. But when they do break the law, their immunity status does not mean no action will be taken. Just the opposite. When local law enforcement officials contact the State Department to report an incident, the department can then employ a number of diplomatic tools to ensure that no one is above our laws.
All right, so you heard that, and they saying that they doing all this shit to make sure nobody is above the laws and such. But the interesting part about it is the goddamn police. They the ones that's supposed to be above the law. I mean, literally. I mean, the law is the law of the land is the Constitution, right? That's the law of the land. And I don't remember the last time I even seen a police officer following the Constitution. I mean, it's constant overstep. So, I mean, are they diplomats too? Like, yo, if you really go by what a sovereign citizen, police are sovereign citizens at the end of the day. You know, if you really want to be technical about it, but yo, that's pretty much the treatment people are getting. And like, how in the hell can an individual person, one of the people, whatever the hell you want to call them, from overseas, that's not even from here, have the benefit of being treated with respect by a law enforcement agent that's supposed to be one of the people originally and shit, but they treat motherfuckers who come over here who got diplomatic cards with more respect than they treating the people the citizens who are paying taxes, the citizens. And they the one paying taxes. But at the end of the day, we know the game. If you're paying taxes, you're a citizen and you basically property. That's all they see you as. They see you as a means to pay bills. That's about it. They see you as a battery cell to keep the machine operating. That's what it is. And that's what they get treated like. But I mean, it's just crazy. All those hoops you got to jump. And this son bitch was drunk out of his goddamn mind, slammed into a goddamn rail, destroyed his property and destroyed the city's property or whatever. And this bitch talking about calling him a cab to go home. Like, what? What? Shit, man. I knew a guy that fucking rest in peace. He was a cool dude. I know a guy that was in his car. Check this out. Here's a story. My man went to a party and had hella drinks, right? So he was leaving the party, and he said when he got in his car, he had moved his car off to the side of the road from in front of the house because there was no places to park, and parked his car on the side of the road and took the key out of the ignition and put it on the passenger floor, and then he went to sleep in his car. A police officer 2 hours later comes and knocks on his door and asks, has he had anything to drink? He says, yes, I've been drinking a lot. That's why I'm not driving, because I'm laying here resting, going to sleep. Police officer pulls him out of the car, gives him a breathalyzer. Dude was drunk as hell. He told him he was drunk. That's what he fucked up, though. He shouldn't have told him shit. Told him he was drunk. Police officer proceeds to search his car and finds his keys in the passenger seat and gives him a DUI fucking charge. This guy almost loses his goddamn job over a DUI charge. They gave him probation. He ended up getting out of it, but this shit was crazy. Like, yo, he wasn't even fucking driving. He wasn't even operating, traveling, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But he was a U.S. citizen. He wasn't even driving it. He wasn't driving. The dude was sleeping in his car. You woke him up, found his keys in his passenger floor, not even in the ignition, in the passenger floor, and he was asleep when you pulled him over, and he gave him a DUI. Crazy shit, bro. You can't make this shit up. But this is the kind of shit we talking about. But if you a goddamn diplomat, you go slam into a fucking ravine, destroy hella property. I hit this, no? Yes, you hit this. No, here's a cab. Go home. Like, what? Bruh. It's just crazy. And you can tell this shit is all color of law, man. None of that shit's actually law. You know, the only time you actually get in trouble is if you fucking bust. You got to bust somebody's shit open and shit in order to get in trouble if you're a diplomat. But, like, you know, destroying property and shit like that, I guess that's not important. I thought it was injured parties, but shit. I guess the state can't be an injured party, though, I guess, technically. But whatever. So there you have it, man. Guy was damn, what was he doing? Flying up the road doing 120 miles an hour. He gave him a ticket or whatever to come to court or what have you. Reckless driving or something like that. I mean, usually, and here's the thing: when you give a foreign national a ticket, you got to do a shitload of paperwork. You got to call the consular office. You got to create a report. You probably gonna be working late if you go through all that shit. So, I mean, this was just an example to show you how it should be handled. But 9 out of 10 times, if it ain't no injured party, them motherfuckers ain't giving them dudes no tickets, man. They gotta fill out all that paperwork. Them police don't even like filling paperwork out as it is. They gotta fill out their regular paperwork than some foreign national shit, bro. Fuck that. They're like, man, I ain't doing that shit tonight. Then that captain guy, I think the captain or the lieutenant got to fill something out too. It's the whole chain of command got to fill something out because you gave a foreign national a ticket. It's crazy. So yeah, there you have it, man. More craziness. But yo, that's what it is. That's how they getting around out here. All right, so let me drop this link one more time. Ah, boy. Copy this. If y'all want to jump in and ask questions, please do. Feel free to join the live. All right, let me catch up on some of these comments. Yeah. So check this out. I was told to do state and federal. My man. Exactly. That's what I was thinking, controlling the situation. What are you talking about, controlling the situation? He said controlling the situation for the officer's safety and for his safety. What are you talking about, bro? First off, what even gives you the right to control anybody? If ain't nobody commit no crime, you ain't even got jurisdiction technically. Yeah, but see, the thing about it is the way they get you is, and you can't tell that shit when you say it out loud. So if they try to pull you up in court or something, say, yo, I'm a citizen. Okay, you're a citizen. Everybody here is a citizen. Sit your ass down. With a capital C, and they think they try to call you crazy over that shit. Exactly. Yeah, true. We got to get, like I said, you got to get organized, though, so we can all be on the same page with that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to add my man in.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I bet.
That took a while.
I just saw it, but go ahead, man. What's on your mind?
Right now, So my thing is, it's my card and my book and everything is like is being sent out. So I'm just trying to see how many stars I got. I think I'm gonna get 5. Like, there's no way I don't get 5.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Over with the recent things I've been studying, I don't think the stars mean exactly what we thought they meant. To be honest with you, I think they have a role, and I'm not sure exactly what they mean particularly. But I don't think 5 stars is the end all be all. I've seen a man with 5 stars get pulled over and harassed too. I had 4. I had 4 stars, and I've seen a guy pull. I had a police officer pull me over and just let me the fuck off. Easy work. Now, 2 times I've got taken through the ringer pretty much, but I mean, I'm not sure that shit means what it is. It might be something different than we thought, man. Honestly.
Did you see a Bad Wolf's video on the 5-star one?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, so I think that makes perfect sense. I don't know. It just clicked. Everything makes sense about that. What do you think? Like being like a general and basically you know how to kind of govern yourself, so no one has to worry about you. You feel me?
Not sure about that, man. I can't say. I mean, I heard what he said, but I don't know, man. Like I said again, I've seen the guy with 5 stars get leaned on for real, so I'm not sure that's what that means.
I'm just waiting on my stuff right now.
Yeah, it's gonna take did you get it expedited?
Yeah, I got it expedited. So it should be coming within a week or 2. So yeah, I'm good. I'm just so impatient.
Yeah, so when you get it expedited, they from what I understand, they put you on a red flag list because if you're in a hurry to do some shit, it basically triggers an alarm or something like that. But if you let it go regular, that you don't get put on a red flag status. The red flag status pretty much it gives you a bunch of shit when it comes to stuff like traffic tickets and stuff like that, which they still giving people shit anyway. So I don't even think that's the facts anymore, honestly. But from what I've been researching, when you expedite, it basically puts you on that situation where it's a giant question mark next to your name. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. Yeah, we know this. So yeah, illegal use of lights. They're only supposed to use it when it's an emergency. We're aware of that. They're not supposed to just flash their lights to stop you. It's pretty much a trick they use to generate and collect revenue. So
okay,
we're aware of that.
Okay, so one question: do you think most average officers know that the U.S. is a corporation and they know that shit? You think they know?
No, I don't think they do. I think a few of them do.
Sure?
No, it's absolutely not. I think a few of them do, but I don't think it's as many that would need to make a difference. And even if they did know, a lot of these are order takers and fucking job doers, yo. It doesn't matter if they know or not. For the most part, a lot of these are job doers. I honestly don't think a lot of these people know. And even if they, like I said, even if they did, it wouldn't fucking matter. So
I mean, I guess.
All right. Let me answer this. The stars do mean things. As for your being pulled over and nothing happens, he knows about the stars and follows the red system when he runs your numbers. What you mean the red system, bro? Break that down.
Oh, so maybe there's a guideline for stars or some shit. I don't know. You feel me?
As for the harassment 5-star, that has nothing to do. That has to do with the cop not knowing what it is or wants to play it after running it in the system. I mean, here's the thing about it, yo. Check this out. And I thought about this too. So let's say, for instance, you have a police officer that's a job doer, and it tells him in his computer to leave you alone. He's a job doer. He's supposed to do what the fuck the computer tells him. So if he's not doing that, obviously the son of a bitch is up to something. So I mean, it could be corruption. We could call it corruption. It could be, he may have been given a different directive from his officers back at the base. You just never know. And then half the time they talking to dispatch and shit like that, and running information and asking the department, not even the Department of State, but asking the motor vehicle department and shit like that questions. All right, well, do your thing, man. Meanwhile, we're gonna keep discussing. So yeah, I think it's a lot of things involved. But the bottom line is this: at the end of the day, what matters is if you're in your car and you're not causing any injured party and nobody's injured, no shit like that. I mean, you can look at the consultant stop. When the consultant got pulled over, the American National Consulate basically asked the officer, "Is there an injured party?" And he was like, "No, there's no injured party." All right, well then, you don't really have jurisdiction. This dude's a foreign national. You have jurisdiction over U.S. citizens. You don't have jurisdiction over foreign nationals. That's federal. Federal jurisdiction is over foreign nationals, not that state shit. You know what I mean? So it's very simple. But see, the thing about it is they don't fucking understand that they don't control every being that runs on the road. They don't control all that shit. They think they do though. Trying to explain that shit to them is like talking to a wall. We talked about this earlier, Knowledge Will. We talked about that earlier. So we also talked about if you have a diplomat, I don't know if you missed that or not, but if you have a diplomat that comes over from China or such, and they have a diplomatic immunity card, it pretty much is the same thing. It doesn't mean you're a U.S. citizen, but it basically means you're not going to go in the White House and start acting a fool. You know what I mean? Same shit. So yes, it does mean you kind of have allegiance, but only because you're in their particular territory for whatever reason. So I'm not sure it's any different from that, honestly. And I know what you're gonna say about the Palms manual. I do remember that, but again, the diplomatic immunity card is the same thing. It's got their face on it and it's got the name on it, pretty much. So there you have it. I saw this before. 1 2-star U.S. citizen, 3-star Capitis Maximus citizen, slave, aka national. I just don't know how true that is, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I just don't know how true. We went over this about 2 months ago. I just don't know how true that is. Hold on. Capitis medius means do not detain regarding statutory regulations, but not corpus delicti crimes. 5-star Capitis minimus means diplomatic immunity, allows you to walk past TSA and other government agents. But again, and I'm going back to what I was talking about. I don't believe it's that simple. I just don't. They mean something, but I don't think it's that simple, man. I really don't.
Wait, can't we like do a Freedom of Information Act to the stars?
Well, see, the problem is, Bad Wolf tried that. The problem is, they say it's a matter of national security, so they don't tell you exactly what it means. So nobody's exactly sure. People have ideas. I mean, they definitely mean something, but it's just nobody's clear. I've heard of people with three stars and they're ex-felons being able to buy guns. I've heard of that. So I mean, who knows? Like it doesn't have to do with your past, because I've seen people who have clean past get 3 stars. I've seen people who have questionable past get 5 stars. It's not that simple. And we went back to the thing where we thought it might have been bloodline. That's still a possibility, but nobody has yet to prove that. But I mean, it could be a bloodline thing. They could know who your ancestors were, and if your ancestors were directly connected to the land, it could mean something.
It's just her code. I mean, but how do we know?
Let me put it this way: 1 to 3 stars don't get you red status or code white. 4 to 5 stars get it.
I mean, we can't really know.
I don't know, because at the end of the day, I had 4 stars and I got fucked with twice. The first time he let me off with a warning. The second time I was let off completely with no warning. Third time I got a fucking ticket. So who knows? We don't know.
Like,
and if they run the passport and it says do not detain on the damn computer, who are they to overstep what the fuck the computer told them to do? You figured they would get in trouble for something like that, and there'd be a bulletin about it or something like that. But it doesn't seem that way. It's just not that simple, I don't think.
All right, so do you know what the Foreign Sovereign Immunity Act is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so basically it says that if you were not engaged in commercial activity, you are immune. With the basically like a diplomat or whatever. But if you are, meaning if you have a driver's license or stuff like that, then that's when they can like basically you lose your like privilege. Mm-hmm. So like if you never had a driver's license, they probably just let you go, because like that at that point like they don't even have a warrant. So like as soon as you got that driver's license,
you waived your right to it.
Yeah, you're basically I don't know. You basically lose your immunity according to this Foreign Sovereign Immunity Act. Yeah.
But you know what else is interesting, though? I think I have a note here on that too, because hold on, I actually had a note on something like this too. Hold on a sec. All right, check this out. WW Cargill Company versus State of Minnesota. Write this down, people, because this is information here. WW Cargill Company versus State of Minnesota 180 US 452 1901 US 452. Check it out. The acceptance of a license in whatever form will not impose upon the licensee an obligation to respect or comply with any provision of the statute or with the regulations prescribed that are repugnant to the Constitution of the United States. So even if you say people that got a license gave up their sovereign immunity, it says right here in W. Cargill versus the state of Minnesota that even if you get a license, that doesn't waive your your constitutionally protected rights. It doesn't waive them.
Yeah,
that's what it says. I mean, it's in black and white, so that's case law.
I mean, I just would not have a driver's license in the first place.
Agreed.
Because like that would just solve so many problems. Like
exactly, they wouldn't have a way to pull you in that jurisdiction.
Exactly. So like you don't even have to worry about getting a ticket or like whatever. So just get rid of your driver's license unless you need it for like work or something like that. Then I guess you're gonna have to make one with like a new name and all of that. Shit.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back to it. All right, so yeah, Jimmy, I do want to hear about what's on the screen right now about the guns. Yeah, if you want to spill the beans, go ahead. Hey, as a matter of fact, bro, since you got a lot of information, if you want to jump on, you can. I will. I'll put the link here. If you want to drop some info, whatever, that's fine. Come on, jump in, because we all about discussing solutions here, and we all about talking that shit. So yeah, let's do that. All right, so let's see what my man here talking about. James already talked about that. I have a 4-star. I was pushed to the front of the line at the airport. Oh, really? Interesting. Pushed to the front of the line at the airport with TSA. Interesting. So they gave you benefit. They gave you like preferential treatment then, because I haven't traveled since I got my stuff. That's interesting though.
No, yeah. So he's right. So like the TSA people and like all of that, they know what the stars mean. Some of them know, and like some of them don't. So if they see your stars, like they write your card or whatever, they'll know. So they'll know. So like some people do know what they mean, but like they're not telling us.
Ain't nobody telling yo. You know what it might be? It might be one of those situations where they put like a little machine inside your neck, and the moment you start running your mouth, they press the button and you just fall out dead. Ain't nobody trying to talk, man. Ain't nobody trying. That's interesting though. The stars should not apply to you if you're foreign national, U.S. you foreign or not. We trying to have a conversation here, Courtney. We trying to have a conversation here, bro. We understand what you're saying. You're absolutely right, but not everybody wants to do that. So we still offering information. You feel me? So we still gotta talk about that. All right. So did you pay the ticket? No, I didn't. Sometimes it depends on who you're dealing with. Exactly. But this is the thing we're talking about. If there's a computer and it comes up, because we know what comes up. We've seen Taquan X. I haven't seen Taquan X in a while. I hope everything's cool with dude. I know he said that he had a big video coming out a while back, but I never heard from him after that. But he's talked to a police officer, and when he talked to a police officer, the guy said yes, it did pop up, and he has dealt with something like that because he's been doing it for 32 years. So yeah, he did say that. We do know it pops up. We just are trying to figure out why they're allowed to ignore it, and are there ramifications for them if they ignore it. I can tell you how you got that ticket. You still have a license in their system. If that's a yes, the cop went around it and put it on the license. That's true. That's true. But see, the thing about it is I turned my license in a month and a half prior to when he pulled me over. So I didn't even technically physically have a license. The license was returned to the Department of Motor Vehicles. So how can you attach a ticket to a license you were never given in the first place? You know what I mean? And I had a license the first time I got pulled over, but the dude didn't go around the license. But he did, for the warning, he did apply that to the license I still had. So there you go. Don't pay the ticket, but do it right. All they can do is attack the driver's license and not the man, woman, or your passport. I mean, true, but the thing about it is if you get pulled over later on, we ain't trying to deal with no bullshit for like having no warrants or stupid shit like that. Okay, for felons getting guns, that's easy. The state national passport gets you out of their system and puts you into another. Your felonies crimes are linked to your straw man, not the passport. Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense. I want to start a trucking business, but I don't know how it will work out. Nah, see, look, you're gonna have to pick. You can't serve two masters, bro. You have to pick.
Well,
you can't operate commercially and be private. It don't work like that.
Well, so like what the consultant was talking about was like if you do need license for work or something like that, what you would have to do is basically you're the natural name right here. So like you're gonna have to create like a whole entity. So basically like a new name, for like commercial purposes. So like that way it's distinguished, you know. So like if you get a ticket, you get a court or something like that. Like there's no mixing them. So like that's how you have to go with that. You just have to make a new like change your legal name so it's not so it doesn't look like your natural name. So like they can't like, oh, is that you? No, you know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
that's
You can also
complicated though.
you
Yeah,
can
that's
also
complicated.
discharge your criminal past and wipe it. Okay, I've heard about that. Like I said, the TSA walk. Like I said, the TSA walk right through even with banned substances. What? Get out of here! I don't believe that. you, you ain't walking through no TSA. You ain't walking through TSA with nitrogen, bro. Forget it. Yes, man, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, we learning. So let's find a TSA policy PDF. Somebody pull that up, yo.
All right, okay, yeah, put that up.
Pull that up real quick, bro.
Actually, no.
This guy Jimmy Bennett's on point. I'll give him that. I don't have constitutional rights. I have unalienable natural rights. The Constitution is for politicians, public servants. There you go. Exactly. Yeah, Jimmy Bennett is dropping some good information, man.
Well, I mean, let's not even talk about the fact that you don't even need a U.S. passport to travel. So, I mean,
you don't, but you're not getting back. Let's say, all right. So let's say, for instance, you go to Bahamas and you're trying to come back. They're not supposed to be able to even fucking hinder you. The Adults versus Kent 1958 basically said that the government does not have the ability to interfere with your traveling back and forth. So if you were coming back physically, they don't have technically the right to do so, but they still will because, reasons. Same way when you travel to Canada from the United States of America, you got United States agents pretty much that try to hem you up and, hey, well, you're a U.S. citizen, or like, oh, mind your fucking business.
U.S. citizen.
Right, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. And police supposed to ask you that, but they don't. Police supposed to ask you up front, are you a U.S. citizen? But they won't.
I mean, if you have your tags, they don't like. You feel me? Like at that point, you're saying you are.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like,
the license is in the system. He attached it in the system. It's not the physical card. To revoke the license, you must do it right with an affidavit. Yeah, true. So, question: would you do that through the Department of Motor Vehicles, or would you have to send that to the police computer information center or whatever the hell it is? That's my question.
Well, I mean, probably the motor vehicles, like the top of the line, like not the ones that like the city and all that. You gotta send it to all the way to the top, like the CA, like the CEO and all of that. So like they can get you out of the system.
What a few people I know actually did, they hit up the I think the commissioner or such. I think he's the HNIC, the commissioner, and sent him the affidavit, and then notice basically non-response is acceptance.
Yeah. I don't even have a license yet, so
that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Again, we ain't giving no legal advice. We just giving out information and brainstorming. They suspended my license, so I got an ID. Do I still cancel my contract with the DMV? Why they all right, so look, I can't give you no advice about that, bro. Only thing I can do is give you information. If I got my license suspended, what I would basically do, I would send a note to the DMV or affidavit to the DMV, notarized, basically rescinding all signatures and rescinding all contracts and such. That's what I would do. And then I would, get all my shit straight and I would travel. That's what I would do. Can't tell you what to do, though. That's a trick question. What are you talking about? The affidavit you do in person, you get somebody legally back stating you remove such. You said okay. All right. So yeah, we got a good conversation going in here. So I mean, if you guys have situations that you're in a pinch and you need a quick remedy, I'm not the guy for you. Only thing I can do is point you in the direction of information you can read for yourself. I'm not out here giving legal advice because I am not an attorney. If you need legal advice, you should contact an attorney that can help you out with such. And if you're here looking for legal advice, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I don't give that. We just discuss information. That's all we do here. So, like I said, yeah, if you're traveling about and you know, you ain't hurt nobody, no shit like that, you should be okay, and you shouldn't have to deal with no bullshit like getting pulled over for plates. There's a police officer behind me today. I thought I was gonna get pulled over, but he didn't bother me. I sent a note to the chief of police, Melissa Hyatt of Baltimore County. So I sent her one and an affidavit basically and telling her, you know, here's my fee schedule. If any of your officers and such pull me over, this is the money that you're going to have to pay, you know, per offense, per minute, such and such. I basically laid it out. I haven't been bothered. I've had 2 police behind me since, and I haven't been bothered. So I don't know if they have an automatic police, automatic tag reader.
Yeah, they do. They do. So like, if they see your tags and stuff like that, they'll know. Like, hey, don't pull over that guy. They know.
Really?
Yeah, like, bro, like you could literally look at up a video on YouTube, like how the cameras on the top of the car work that like scan the license plates. It zooms in and it scans it, like it sees it.
Wow.
Yeah, so like, dude, they know. Like, they know.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
it zooms in.
There was 2 behind me, and neither one of them. Maybe that's what it is then. Because after I sent that note, I haven't been bothered since.
Honestly, like I'm thinking about like once I get like everything set up, I'm gonna just go to like the police station, give them my tag, so they like have it. Like, hey, this is me for national, all that shit. You know, tell them all that. If you see this, don't pull me over.
you might need to go to, but you ain't gonna be able to go to the underlings because they gonna piss on you. You're gonna need to go all the way to the top with the chief of police. Go to the head of the snake and address the issue.
I mean, it just needs to be in the system. So, I guess whatever.
That's interesting. You know what? And because you said that, I'm gonna look right on here. We need to know how that works. So look.
Yeah, step it up YouTube, like license plate scanner or something. I don't know.
Maybe that's why their tickets are now made of that weird paper too. Okay, yeah, I didn't notice. All right, yeah, okay. Bang. We're gonna look at this real quick. Now I don't know if this is a video, but we're gonna chat. I'm gonna meet you out real quick so we can hear this. We're gonna share this video. So look, we're going to learn how the police scanners work via YouTube. Public information. You gotta love it. Let it rock.
Beeps or plates at scanning, and they're good to go. See the picture changes. Each vehicle comes up, and then the operator, the officer, will get a picture of the plate. He matches that, determine it's safe with the picture the camera's taking.
Detection show up on this side. That just means that it's checked it and that there's no violations attached to the plate. If there's a violation, then we call it a hit and it moves over to the yellow side, and then that's where there's some sort of plate violation, a suspended driver, a warrant, something, some sort of violation, and you'll hear a different sound from that.
Low priority alert.
Okay, the plate terminated. Now he's got to verify that plate matches. The RSK looks like the way. Is that a K?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's the wrong plate, so that's why the officer. But that was what happened. If that was the correct plate, then that one was improper. But in this case, the number was off. The officer checks it and he corrects it.
And that's fine.
And that plate is fine. Now.
So it took the K for an X.
Like that alert was what it sounded like if it was, and if it was a prohibited driver or a stolen vehicle, it'd get something. It'd be red as well, and it's a high profile alert. And that voice comes on, that siren. And again, we've seen. I think some of the drivers will be in the downtown core. They think if they stay around there, then maybe we won't check them. I think that's where this tool will become very effective. And a lot of times, no, it's all over. It works everywhere. But we have seen common, at least my experience, where we'll get stopped checking cars and just happen to check for a seatbelt check, for example, and then I happen to ask for the insurance ownership and the plates aren't attached or the wrong plates. But it's been it's all over town. So, but I think there's a certain group of people that are switching plates downtown. We found that happening, and suspended drivers using different vehicles. So that'll be a good tool to make sure people on the roadway are supposed to be there, not suspended, not uninsured.
All right. That's interesting, man. That's some interesting shit. I did not know that. I just learned something from y'all tonight, man. I got you unmuted, bro. But yeah, yo, that's interesting. So they out here using an automatic plate scanner.
There you go.
So here's the thing. So here's the question: if the plate isn't registered, or it just says traveler or something like that, does it still go off? Does it just ignore it because it's not one of Caesar's plates? How does that work?
Well, it's just gonna go in like the yellow zone, like they said. Like if it's not, like if everything doesn't match, it's just gonna go in like the yellow zone, which is basically, you gotta watch out for this guy. You feel me?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so the cops in my city ain't got nothing else to do but write speeding tickets. And he posted it every day. Yeah, I mean, they revenue collectors. I've been saying it before, and I'll keep saying it. These guys are revenue collectors. The majority of thing, most of these low-level police officers that run around in the street trying to pull people over is give people tickets. You got to remember, the top brass, the ones who really get shit done, they're not searching people for fucking speeding tickets and stuff. They solving murders and crimes and shit like that. They're making that big money. These low-level guys, all they doing is they basically road pirates, man. That's all it basically is. To steal your money or steal your fiat currency. That's not really worth shit anyway.
All right, so
there haven't been real judges in USA since around Lincoln's time. The judges we have today are just administrators. I'm sure, yeah, we know. Actually, if you look in, here's an interesting point. If you look in, I think it's Black's Law Dictionary, you'll actually see that the definition of court is bank. See if I can find it here, because I actually went out and bought this just so I can have for my own records. Oh, damn, I opened right up to it. I'm damn good. I'm damn close anyway. All right, so check it out. Damn, yo, there's literally about 2 pages. Wow, there's 3 pages. There's no way I'm reading all this shit, but it's there somewhere. You got to read it yourself. There's literally about 3 pages with the definition of court. Like there's a quarter of a page there, page here, page here. Yeah, there's 2.5. There's 2.25 pages. Y'all gonna have to look that up yourself. Y'all got more homework. Look it up. The definition of a court is a bank, basically. BANQE, bank, or whatever. I think that's how they spell it in Europe or some shit. I have past tickets for BS, never paid them, won't. Actually, I think that's why they suspended my license for not paying tickets. Yes, sir. 1K subs, man. We out here working, making sure we put that work in.
What does that say?
Sister KB Trust. Yep, that's exactly. And word to Anna Von Wrights. She put me down with that.
Go all the way to the last one about the tax one.
Hold on. Nice and slow. Here's the thing about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have a problem with police, yo. Like, that's a misconception. I don't have a problem with police at all. And I hate when people say shit like that, because police are very effective in keeping motherfuckers from doing stupid shit. But I will say this. I have a problem ones who break their oath. They all took an oath to uphold the Constitution. When they don't uphold their oath, that's when I have a problem. Because if you're not upholding your oath, you're probably doing something that's you fucking sideways anyway, or you might be dirty. So if you're not upholding your oath, that's when I got a problem with you. If you just out here, you know, making sure everything's whatever, blah blah blah, you ain't supposed to protect nobody. We already know Supreme Court rule police don't have to protect anybody. I say that all the time. So, but yeah, when that mass shooting happened in that Florida was it Miami school or something like that, and they told them people that the police officer's job is not to protect citizens, it's basically to protect their ass, not y'all. So it is what it is.
Yeah. You know, my way I look at things is that, you know, if you know how to like govern and like control yourself, you're fine. But like for all the sheeps out there that don't know how to control themselves, then yeah, we need police for them. Because like, you know, U.S. citizens, like if you can't control yourself, you will be controlled.
Exactly.
You know?
That's
But
why
if
we
you know,
sui juris, man. We are competent enough to handle all our own affairs.
yeah,
We don't need them handled or our hands held or any of that shit.
yeah. So if you know how to, then you know you're all set. Like, it is what it is. They already got text.
When using the passport for tax
yeah.
purposes, is it a tax exemption paper that's needed to go along with the companies? I
No.
didn't, but I'm gonna tell you something. I've been having more problems with that lately. With trying to get that tax exemption when making purchases and shit like that. It's been a little more difficult lately because for whatever reason, people are starting to. I don't know. More people are doing it. Maybe more people are following these videos. And they're starting to get out there and say, "Hey, I'm tax exempt." They're like, "Hold on now." All right, hold on now. Everybody can't be tax exempt, which we all really technically are because we're the creditors. But you know, it's a whole nother argument there.
To protect the
Keep away from Anavon rights. Why you say that? Break that down, bro.
What is NAN?
You talking about Anavon rights? Exactly.
Yeah.
And he said, "Stay away from Anavon rights." Interesting stuff, but yeah. So that's what it is, man. Great information being exchanged here today. I guess Jimmy Bennett trying to get on. He just wants to be anonymous. That's cool. You do that with the Master Chief hat.
Yo, is the consultant on here? I think he is, right?
He might be watching him. Dude,
like,
that dude's always moving around.
Or like Courtney, because like, you know, I'm trying to, you know, I'm 18 and all, right, and like, I'm trying to apply to college and all, and like, I applied as a national, you know, so like, I didn't contract U.S. citizen, none of that. So Courtney was saying like, once I become the executor and the administrator of my estate and all that, I could pay for college, and I'm like,
you can't pay for anything.
I didn't really know what he was talking about. What does that mean? Like the executive, the administrator, like all that. Like what do you do with it? Is it just like I don't even know what that stuff mean yet.
Well, you can't pay for anything because there's no money.
Yes. So like I'm trying to understand. Like what?
What? A blood oath to the Vatican, huh? That is interesting. You got my email, man. I'd be interested in reading that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yo said that. Yeah. It's a lot of agents out there, man. You gotta be very careful who you move with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely works. It works at Target. You gotta use your you would have to use your passport and get it, like you have to register the number, I believe, at like Target or something like that. I've heard of people doing it there. I've heard of people, I know from what I've heard, Rite Aid gives people a hard time because you would have to call in basically and set all that shit up over the phone. It depends on how the company does it. Like if you have to call in and set it up, they try to give you a bunch of shit right at the front counter. But You know, some places you could just say, yeah, I'm a national. Like, oh, shit, you can go in and get a beer and say, I'm a national such and such, give them a little number in the right-hand corner, and then boom. You know?
Damn, for real?
Yeah, alcohol tax, all that shit goes away, man.
Yeah.
Not supposed to be taxing you anyway, really, technically. But yeah, man, that's what it is. So I think I'm we had a $1.10. Any other questions? If anybody wants to get on, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link again. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and slide out of here because I got stuff to do. And I think we've covered some pretty good ground today and dropped some good information. There you go. Here's the link. Boom. If anybody wants to jump in, this is the link here. You can click on and I'll add you on, and any questions or any points you might want to add, any information you might have stumbled across or you might be studying, we'd be glad to hear it. Let me drop y'all another note. I don't know if y'all got this last time I was on Courtney's channel last week. Let's see. All right, so look, we're talking about the benefits and privileges. Matter of fact, let's talk about this one right here. Sherrod versus Cullen. Sherrod versus Cullen, 481 F 945. For a crime to exist, there must be an injured party. There can be no sanction or penalty imposed upon one because of the exercise of a constitutional right. Sherrod versus Cullen, 481 F 945. All right. And check this out. Speeding, running stop signs, traveling without license plates or registration are not threats to the public safety and thus not arrestable offenses. Christie versus Elliott, 216, 1131. And let's go here. The United States of America Constitution, Article 1, Section 10. Federal Reserve notes are not gold and silver coin. All right. Unless the defendant can prove he isn't a citizen of the United States, the IRS has the right to inquire and determine a tax liability. That's U.S. versus Slater 545. So, I mean, y'all can look into those case laws, some notes I've been taking, so y'all can read that, wrap your brain around that. And a lot of times when they got like branches of the joint, so if you find one and you start reading about it, they'll put some other case law in there too that might be interesting. Like, for instance, I was studying, hold on, which one was I studying? This was, hold on. I got my nose jumbled. It's the 31 CFR 1020, 220. And that one actually led me to Wyman versus Jones, 400 U.S. 309, 1971. So it says holding that the welfare benefits were terminated because the recipient refused to be interviewed in her name. No search under the Fourth Amendment was involved, that even if it were a search, it was not unreasonable. Excuse me, even if it were a search, it was not unreasonable. And that if there were an unreasonable search, the welfare recipient had waived the right to object by accepting benefits. So if you're on welfare and you're trying to travel, guess what? You can't, because you've given up your benefits, so to speak. Excuse me, you accept the benefits and given up your rights. But then we talked about the case law that basically said, you know, if you accept the license of such, it doesn't basically force you to, comply with whatever statute. So it's conflicting case law, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But all right, that's what it is.
Yo, have you seen Courtney's video on like legal debt is a sin? Have you seen legal debt or like death is a sin?
What was that today?
No, like it was a video he made like a long time ago. Like
probably so. I watched all his videos. Probably so. Only one I haven't seen is the one that came out today.
Like the third one, like that was so good about like God the Son. Basically like legality and like common law, the laws and all of that. That was a good video. I watched it today. That was so good. You should watch it.
Cool. All right, bet.
It was so good. I don't know how. It's just it's so enlightening.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Check that out. Definitely. All right, so I mean, if that's it, pretty much, I'm gonna wrap it up for the night.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining, man. I'll be with you guys probably sometime this week to drop other videos. Sometimes I drop videos about things unrelated to this topic or these topics we've been discussing. So if you subscribe to the channel, I don't think I changed the subject or what have you. I just talk about different stuff, but this is the one right here that we meet up and have a meeting of minds, so to speak. But with that said, let me know what y'all think and hit me up in the email if you got any questions. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace out to Kevin and peace out to everybody else.
Yeah,
One.
peace.